how would you recommend negotiating in broad team environments?
You've got to, for lack of a better term, divide and conquer. Who is it that's on the other side of the table? Who are my deal killers? We get so consumed with finding out, I got to get to the decision maker. I got to get to the decision maker. I got to be able to influence the decision maker. When in reality, there's a group of deal killers on the other side that you need to identify, that you need to influence in order to do your bidding, because you may never get to the decision maker. That deal killer is probably going to be your proxy. So how do you treat them? And so dividing and conquering is determining who are your problem points on the other side, and zeroing in on them and focusing your tactical empathy efforts on them to make them allies. If you're talking about addressing an entire group, who in the room is speaking the least? Make note of who's speaking the least. That may be your decision maker. The guy or the woman that says, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this, probably holds a little bit more power than the person that says, I can't, I can't, I can't. The we person is usually the power broker. The silent person is often the power broker. So who's using we, who's actually not saying anything within the room? Try to cold read the people. There are 3 different personality types that we've identified within the Black Swan method, and each of them has something as important to them as coming to a resolution. For one group, it's to be heard and respected. For the other group, it's data and information. And for the other person, it's maintaining the relationship in the moment. And the world pretty neatly breaks up into thirds. So a third of us are assertives, a third of us are analysts, and a third of us are accommodators. Who are they within the groups that you're dealing with? Who are you? What is your personality type? You need to know who you are in order to be able to borrow from the other 2 camps to make yourself a more well-rounded negotiator. Now, I would challenge what you said a few minutes ago in that you're not trying to equate what I did in my life in law enforcement and what you do, other than to say that they were both complex. While in your line of work, lives are not at stake, livelihoods are.
True. And
so as long as you understand that human nature response, doesn't matter how big the group is, doesn't matter what industry you're in, doesn't matter who you're talking to, because it's not predicated on any one walk of life. It's predicated on human beings. And so as long as you're dealing with a human being, the skills work.